Hello. So, I got a couple comments asking for basically how would you go about making a Jaeger, how would you make it fit in the plot, how would you just build it, and basically I'm just going to go over that for a couple of minutes on steps you should take, how to make sure you have plenty of space and blocks left for it, and yeah, that's basically what this is for. So, first off, this, I'm showing you right now, the absolute worst your mech could ever be when it comes to space-wise. This is 15,000 blocks, and I seriously doubt any of you will ever have something go over that. So basically what I'm telling you is basically so you have extra room anyway. So depending on the person, I'd always recommend you want to start with the head. Get your head finished and make it the scale you want it to be, and basically off of that you go with the rest of the basically shape you want. Depending on how much lock you can take, I'd recommend you have the head and the torso together, like locked together. And then you have the legs locked, maybe somewhere else. Up here is how I've done it with all three of my large Jaegers that y'all have seen. But depending on the size of the mech, you might be able to fit them all together, and that'll just make everything easier. But for mine, because it was so big, I also had to put some of the waist down here. But you also want to have your arms over to the side here. You want to just make sure you leave, like, essentially a fourth of the plot free on each side. Just like only like half of it should be taken up through the middle and then around the front, so these corners are completely empty and you have plenty of space for your arms. And for block management, I'd recommend sometimes just using random blocks. Like instead of using a normal block, you might have to use a half block, 0.09x block, or other kinds of blocks, different kinds of wedges. And if anyone was wondering how I managed to have so many compressors on my builds, for some reason whenever you change your compressor material, you get like an infinite number of compressors. That's why there's so many on this. Like, there's probably excess of 8,000 compressors on this build alone, which is amazing. Thank you, RecJ. Thank you for that probably intentional glitch. And yeah, that's really about it on, like, how to start it. Like for Crimson for example, I started with just the base head. I was building it in this corner, then I moved it all the way up into the back, and then I just worked down. You always want to work down. For me, I started with the chest, then went to the back, then finished the torso, then the arms, then the legs. Now, I definitely recommend you want to finish the head and torso first thing, and then the limbs after. But it doesn't really matter if you want to do legs or arms first. I only switched it up and did arms first on this one because I wanted to get a bit. Because I was kind of getting bored of doing legs first, so I decided to switch it up. And also, I might as well say this now, for walking, for Crimson, because of how like big it is and it was way too heavy, I had to put a gyro in the waist and 2 gyros in the feet because I ran into an issue of the toes dragging on the ground, which I'm sure a lot of people have that problem. So adding this gyro on the feet made it to where the toe could never drag and it always lifted up off the ground. The waist gyro isn't necessary. I just have it as an optional thing that I can turn on and off depending on if I want it to be like a statue. But I mean, yeah, that's basically all you should need to know. If you need to know anything else, like any glaring issues that you have when you're trying to make your mechs, just comment it. I'll try to get back to you probably. And yeah, good luck all of you on your mechs out there, and stay tuned. I got a video of a pretty cool build coming up soon. So, yeah. I'll see you all later. Bye.